What's up, Planner Babe? This is Arlie Plans. My name is Arel. Welcome back to my channel. For today's video, I am doing a in tandem explanation. So I always keep saying in tandem. So tandem, having like two things work together. And I've been asked to do this video a couple of times, and I have been planning on doing this because it's also a work in progress for myself. So basically, this video is all about how I use both of these babies together in tandem. So having multiple planners is nothing new for me, but the fact of them working together side by side is actually new for me because these two kind of complement each other. They have different purposes, but at the same time, they both work well. So I'm going to be talking about that, and let's just dive in. So this gorgeous dark brown right here is my Gilio, and it's my everyday carry planner. So it's in personal rings, personal size, and it goes with me everywhere, to work, to errands, and to other places and all that. It just doesn't leave my side. And it's the calendar portion of it that is the bulk of it all, which has my schedule and what I do on a day-to-day basis and all of that. And then this is my extension. So I've been calling this my extension, and people ask, what's an extension? This is basically an extension of my EDC, and it houses information that don't necessarily have to be with me all the time, that don't necessarily have to leave the house. It's for big planning, for general planning, general lists, and all that. And this is more specific stuff that I can, plan around on the go. So there are several things that I have, like a list right here. I have like a cheat sheet to like discuss of what I actually use these for and how I use them together. So the first section, or the first part of how I use both of these, is to plan out my goals. So I do have a goal planning video, will be linked down on the doobie-doo if you guys are interested. But I do have my general goal section in my extension, which is, the big picture planning of what I want to do, what I want to achieve goals wise this year, and how that works in tandem with my EDC. I'm going to say in tandem a couple of times, guys, so just be warned. We'll probably make it into a drinking game if I say in tandem, like take a shot or something. So yeah, how it works out with my EDC, I have my goal section right here, and the way that I do it is I write specific to-do lists that are, correspond to each goal. So let's say for my career, which is one of the goals that I have this year, is to get a second job. So this is my goal action plan page to get a second job. And then these steps right here, I have right here. So this is for, I plan it out, and there's like other elements here in this insert, but as far as here in my EDC, it's just basically to-dos. So every time I would update something, or maybe some notes that I jotted down on that I don't have this with me, I'll transfer off to here, like for progress or some more actions that I would like to do. So they go back and forth. I can transfer stuff from here to here, and then back. So that's how I use it. So that's for goals. And then the next is finance. So this is my finance section in my extension, and then my finance section in my EDC is my adult section. So this is mostly like how, or like the big bulk of the tandemness of like how they work together. So for my finance in my extension, this is what I look at every month. So I have my routine right here on what I use this for. So here every month I update my net worth, update all my balances of my debt, and write the expenses that I've acquired like throughout the month, but I do that every week. So to give you an example, so let's say this is my this is my car payment payment tracker. So I'll update this every month. So I already paid it for this month of January. So I'm going to write down on the 2nd of February that what I've paid off, and then kind of calculate what I have balance remaining. So that's how I do it in my extension. And then for my EC and how these two work together is mostly for expenses. So for this month, so this is my budget sheet for the month, and I have my goals, which is also right here. So they're kind of the same. My goals right here. I have goals right here. I have some tasks that I need to do, which is right here, and then they're right here, and my spending. So if you guys have seen my EDC flip through, I use my dailies to write on the bottom all the stuff that I spend. So this part right here, this daily calendar, it's the method by Don't Dat Me on Instagram. She writes down the unnecessary total spending that she does. So far, these are my unnecessary spendings that I have. But on my extension, I write everything, unnecessary or necessary, and I have them categorized, color-coded for every category. Let me see if I can find that. I have a sticky right here that corresponds to colors, and these are all of the categories and what are the items in each category. So I just take this out, I go through each day. So let's say here on the 12th, I bought some inserts from Peanuts Planner Co. on the 7th, or on the 12th, right here, and then this is the amount and what card that I use, and then highlighted it as personal because it falls under my personal let me see, category right here, which is planner shit on my personal category. So that's that for expenses. And then to update my trackers too. Oh, I already talked about the payment trackers. And what else? So here I do bills. Let's see, I'm like going back and forth, but that's how it works for me. So I write my bills and my EDC and what the amounts are for the month. So I kind of use this as a reference to write my bills list. So here they are. So here is my bill tracker, and I would check out every month like what bills I have paid and then where it's coming from. So I copy this information to a new month, let's say for February, to a whole new bill tracker, say right here. And then the only thing that will be different will be the amounts. So I don't need to write the amounts on here because, it varies. So the only thing I would write on that varies is in my EDC, if that makes sense. So that's another thing. So I think that's like for financial like stuff. So I, kind of record like some of the importance, like bills, expenses on my dailies. I'm not going to write all my expenses in another sheet in my EDC because they're all in my dailies anyway. So I transfer from the dailies to here and my expenses, which are right here. So that's for expenses. And then next is social media. So for social media, I have it right here in this planner section, in my dump section. So in my extension, I have, let's see if you guys can see. So in my social media, in my extension, I have the month overview. I do have a calendar view right here, and it has like a film schedule, when I'll post. I have my tasks for the month, some dates and some notes. And right here, it's kind of the same. So I have some add to planner stuff, which is like actually adding to planner. And then for my social media stuff, I just have right here. So I have random notes about like YouTube ideas and whatever ideas that I have for both my Instagram and my YouTube, and I transfer those ideas right here, and I kind of plan more of those out. So let's say, so I have like the video ideas here, which I got from here, that I wrote out because of a poll question. So I kind of transferred them, and I use this because there's more space to, write out more stuff. So that's how I do it. And then once like they're all here, I'm going to take them out right here and then leave new pages for, some fresh new ideas that I can think of or I will think of, on the go or somewhere when I don't have my extension with me. So that's for social media. And then next is events and projects. So this is mostly for reference. I do update my 2020 overview. I have birthdays, which I reference to. And then here is my quarterly stuff that I update with my fold out right here. So these two mirror each other pretty well. So I write down the important dates here first and then transfer it to here in case when I am planning on my extension and I don't have my EDC on hand, at least I have a reference on, the general dates that are coming up that are already planned out. And, if I need some ideas on what to do, I will look through my lists of stuff that I can do, like locally, with friends, family, and all that stuff. So if I am in need of ideas, I'll look right here and then kind of write them out in my EDC, for reference. So I think that's for events and projects. And then the last one is my Wanderlust or my travel section. So I also have a travel section in my EDC. So here, of course, since I need more space, I do the general or the detailed planning. So I do have one upcoming trip in April. I am going to Japan, and I do have this planner insert, the travel planner insert that I downloaded from Etsy, and it's been such a useful tool to just have everything written down. And then how it works with my EDC, in my EDC, I just have some quick to-dos that I need to work on still. So before I do leave for my trip, I am going to download or I am going to print an actual travel planner that will go with me and my itinerary. It will go here. But for now, I'm not going to write all the transport details in here or the accommodation research, since it's all in here anyway. So for here, it's just the quick to-do list, like, okay, I need to get a rail pass, I need to get my international driver's license and all that stuff. So this is more for quick lists, quick to-dos, and this is more for actual detailed planning. So yeah, like that's how they both work in all those 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 aspects. So it works with my goals, my finance, my social media, events and ideas, and also for travel. So it really works out pretty good on how they both talk to each other. And since I don't open my extension every day, and that's the purpose of it, I necessarily don't have to. The most that I open it is every week, at least, because I update my expenses every week. I write the expenses down so I don't get too overwhelmed just doing it like every month. My EDC I open obviously every day. So it works out because I don't need all this information in my EDC. As much as I want to, I'm gonna need bigger rings because I'm the type of person who needs to have everything written down. Like, granted, I use my phone for other things, but since I have been a, planner girl and I really want to use my planners a lot, so I have everything written down. But the purpose of having two planners and how they talk to each other is to not need, so have one information stored in here, but not necessarily feel that you're missing out if they're not in here. So that's how it's been working for me. Like, every time I would want a reference to something, I don't feel the need to, oh my gosh, like all this information be on here, because the general stuff is already in here. It's mostly like specific planning is in here. So it's not necessarily redundant, but at the same time, they are in the same page, if you guys get my meaning. Yeah. These planners are both on the same page, but not necessarily like all the information is known to each other. So yeah, I hope this video makes sense. I wanted to explain it like really, really well because um, I know there's a lot of you guys who use multiple planners and wanted to have a system that would have an A5 and a personal because these are very two popular sizes. And yeah, so I wanted to share how I am using it, and it's been working out so well for me. I have like planner piece, guys. Like system wise, it's working out so good. There's no more trying to rummage around like my phone or everywhere like for information, because if it's not going to be in here, it's in here too, or vice versa. And these are the only two things that I reference to, and it's been great, except for my journal, like health stuff. My journal is pretty separate, and there's been times that I wanted to put health stuff in here as well, but I just need it separate because I feel like this is more for like focused productivity and organized stuff, and like health is health. So yeah, it's been working out so great. If you guys still have questions on how I do my process, if I didn't really explain it right, explain it very well, just, shoot me a question, shoot me, like, hey, can you explain it more in detail? I would be happy to. So there it is. This is my in tandem video. I didn't say in tandem like very much. I thought I was going to say it like 10,000 times. But yeah, so thank you guys so much for watching. If you like this video, don't forget to hit thumbs up button, or kind of suggest what types of other videos that you guys want to see when it comes to these two having multiple planners like working together. I would be happy to come up with another video which kind of explains more of those and have them in action. I might do a plan with me of these two together at the same time. So I will look some information on here or on here and then plan them out together. So I might do that. Yeah, so if you guys like this video, don't forget the thumbs up button. And of course, if you want to see more content from me, don't forget to subscribe. Thank you guys. Bye.